Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Ian Wright says he was really worried after what happened to £27 million Arsenal player earlier this season. Ian Wright has admitted he was really worried about Arsenal defender Gabriel Magalhaes at the start of the season. Speaking on Wright's house, the Arsenal legend admitted he had concerns over the Brazilian after he was left out of Mikel Arteta's side. Gabriel Magalhaes missed out on the starting 11 in each of Arsenal's three opening games in the Premier League this season. The 25-year-old was linked with a move to Saudi Arabia over the summer, and there was uncertainty surrounding his future heading into the campaign. It remains unclear exactly why Arteta left him out of his side in the early stages, but the defender hasn't looked back since coming back into the team in the 3-1 win over Manchester United in early September. The £27 million man has struck up an exceptional partnership with Saliba over the past year, and Ian Wright has admitted that he adores Gabriel and was worried about the defender just a few months back. He said, "But Gabriel is a player, I adore him. Saliba is somewhere else, but I adore Gabriel. I remember we were doing on Adidas shoot and we were there, and it was at that time at the start of the season where for some reason he wasn't in the team, which was something no one had cleared up to me. He wasn't being picked. I don't know what was going on. He wasn't injured, but that was a worrying time for me, and I remember saying something to him and he gave me a look as if to say, it's fine, everything is fine." Arsenal looked shaky at the back without Gabriel as Arteta experimented with his backline. The Spaniard used Thomas Partey at right back on a couple of occasions, with Ben White moving back to centre back, but Gabriel and Saliba have built up such a brilliant understanding, and it made little sense to break up such a formidable partnership. Darren Bent hits out a 26-year-old Arsenal player after what he spotted him doing versus Brentford. Darren Bent has hit out at Gabriel Jesus after watching the Arsenal striker in action for the Gunners in their win over Brentford on Saturday. Bent was speaking on the Kelly and Wrighty Show after Kai Havertz gave Arsenal the 3 points to send them top of the table. Gabriel Jesus made his return to the starting lineup after sustaining an injury in the weeks leading up to the international break. Jesus did have a great chance to put Arsenal ahead in the first half. The ball did end up in the back of the net with Leandro Trossard heading home after the Brazilian's effort was parried by Mark Flecken. Trossard was subsequently deemed to be offside, and Jesus was criticized for not finishing the chance of himself. But Darren Bent had another issue with the 26-year-old. He felt that he was not putting himself in the right areas often enough, as Arsenal just about got themselves over the line. He said, "I think the firepower is an issue. I think Saka and Martinelli, these guys, they are fantastic. They are fine, they will get their numbers, but I think the center forward issue is going to be a problem. They have brought Jesus in, who is a good player, not a goal scorer, really good footballer, creates opportunities, and there were even times against Brentford where I am watching the game and he is playing wide left, crossing balls into the box, and I'm thinking, no, that's where you need to be." Gabriel Jesus' form is potentially a concern for the Gunners. Of course, it would be incredibly unfair to only judge him on his goals return. He brings so much to the Arsenal side, and he actually has a 3 in 3 in the Champions League. However, one goal in the Premier League this season is not good enough for a player of Jesus' caliber, and it may cost Arsenal if they do not get more goals from their strikers in the months ahead. Certainly, you would think it would come into Mikel Arteta's thinking heading into the January transfer window. Arteta still believes his summer signing can master his new role. According to David Ornstein of The Athletic, Mikel Arteta still believes Kai Havertz can master the left-sided number 8 role at Arsenal. Speaking on the Athletic Football podcast, Ornstein mentioned the fact Arteta believes in Havertz to master that role and how the Gunners' interest in the German dates back to his Bayer Leverkusen days, having scored the winner against Brentford at the weekend, snatching all 3 points for the Gunners late in the game to take top spot of the Premier League. This should give Havertz the confidence to kick on his Arsenal career. Ornstein also spoke on his best position, stating, I was told never with his back to goal, as his strengths are playing forward, linking up with the striker, and making late runs into the box. Havertz has made 20 appearances already for Arsenal this campaign, scoring 2 goals, providing 1 assist, and totaling 1,259 minutes of football. Arteta has already shown his willingness to play Havertz in multiple positions, playing as an attacking midfielder, a slightly deeper midfielder, and as a striker already this season for the Gunners. Pundit claims Arsenal now have an unappreciated player who is easily worth £210 million. Robbie Earle has claimed that Declan Rice is worth double the transfer fee Arsenal paid for him over the summer. The Pundit has been speaking on the Two Robbies podcast and feels that Declan Rice's display against Brentford on Saturday has gone under the radar. The Gunners weren't at their best going forward as they struggled to break down a resilient Brentford side, but they dominated for large periods of the game, and Rice put in yet another commanding display. Rice has slotted in seamlessly at Arsenal and has added more physicality to Mikel Arteta's midfield. The 24-year-old arrived for a hefty fee from West Ham over the summer, with the Gunners paying £105 million to sign him. Eyebrows were raised at the time as Arsenal smashed the British transfer record to land him, but Robbie Earle has suggested he is worth double the price now. Speaking on the Two Robbies, Earle claimed Rice has transformed the dressing room at Arsenal. He said, he was very close to winning my unappreciated performer of the week, Declan Rice, my friend. Declan Rice is a dressing room changer. He is that big. Robbie Mustoe responded, to be fair, he is appreciated. He is, but his drive, Rob, to keep going, Earle said. He sets up the ball, it ends up going wide, then it goes into the box. Mustoe then suggested that while £105 million was a sizable fee from Arsenal's point of view, he feels Arteta's man certainly won't regret it. And then Earle went on, you'd pay double for him for what he is. Rice has excelled under Arteta so far and has arguably been their most consistent performer this season. The Englishman has added some extra bite to the Arsenal midfield and helped them grind out wins while they haven't been at their best. Rumors of Arsenal midfielder moving to European giants in January won't go away. Juventus have consistently been linked with long-term target Thomas Partey by numerous outlets, and the rumors of the Arsenal star's exit won't go away. The Serie A side have been interested in the Ghana star for some time now and wanted to bring the midfielder to Turin during the summer. The Arsenal midfielder was linked once again to the European giants following Paul Pogba's ban for failing a drugs test, and the rumors of a January exit keep on coming. This time it's Foot Mercato reporting Juventus' interest in Partey, but the French outlet names two other Premier League players the Italian club likes, Man City's Calvin Phillips and Tottenham's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. All three are attainable for Juventus in January as they are not starters at their current clubs. Partey would likely be the hardest to lure away as the Ghana star was a key member of Mikel Arteta's squad last season. It will be interesting to see which one the Italian giants make a move for, but one would guess it will be Partey given the club's long-term interest in the Arsenal midfielder. Arsenal reject a transfer bid for a 25-year-old from a Premier League club. Arsenal have reportedly rejected a bid for goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale from an unnamed club from the bottom half of the Premier League table. The England international is not playing regularly for the Gunners at the moment, though he did step in for David Raya against Brentford at the weekend due to the Spaniard being ineligible to play against his parent club. Raya joined Arsenal on loan in the summer, but now clearly seems to be Mikel Arteta's first choice, with Ramsdale showing some signs of losing form towards the end of last season and at the start of this campaign. This now looks like it could mean Ramsdale leaves in the near future. The Football London reports that Arsenal have rejected an offer from an unnamed Premier League club. Ramsdale could surely make a fine signing for most top flight clubs, but it does perhaps seem that Arsenal have outgrown him now and need someone like Raya to take them to the next level. With both are fine keepers, it seems pretty clear now that Raya is better on the ball, and that makes him a better fit for Arteta's playing style. £60 million forward ready to reject Arsenal amid reports Real Madrid now want him. Arsenal could be in for some January disappointment when it comes to number one striker target Ivan Toney. Toney is thought to be Arsenal's main target when it comes to bringing in a new number 9. Victor Osimhen is another who has been mentioned, but Toney is one who seems more realistic. A number of reports have linked the Gunners with Toney, while pundits have and journalists have also at times insisted he will eventually end up at the club. However, it may not be plain sailing for Arsenal after all, with Team Talk reporting on the Toney situation more. According to Team Talk, Toney could well end up being happy to set things out in January and bide his time until the summer. Brentford are still hoping he will sign a new contract as well, while remarkably, it's claimed Real Madrid are also looking at a deal for Toney. It's claimed the Spanish giants like the look of Toney as they still try to fill the void left by the loss of Karim Benzema in the summer. Toney is expected to cost at least £60 million for any willing bidder, although Brentford might even ask for more. It's going to be a bit of a game of cat and mouse, this. Ivan Toney seems to have the pick of clubs, but when he decides to move, and if Brentford decide to sell, is another matter. For Toney, he might feel like playing for Brentford from the end of January gives him the best chance of making the Euros squad rather than trying to settle elsewhere. For the clubs interested, they will not want to leave it too long in case they get Pep to the post. Certainly, Toney could do the business for all the clubs interested, including Arsenal. The Real Madrid link is intriguing too, and if they get involved, then it might be curtains for the Gunners anyway. Ian Wright thinks 24-year-old would reject Chelsea for Arsenal and wants him signed now. Ian Wright has got himself incredibly excited over news emerging of Arsenal being interested in Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian forward is one of the big names in the market heading into January and the summer. He has yet to sign fresh terms in Naples, and there is a growing sense he could leave. Chelsea have been tipped to test the waters with a bid for Osimhen. Arsenal have also been credited with interest, while others such as Liverpool and Tottenham also like the striker. And it's the apparent interest from Arsenal that has got former Gunner Ian Wright excited. Speaking about the rumors on his Wright's House podcast, the Gunners legend was clearly overjoyed with the idea of Osimhen signing. He said, "This is something where I was hoping we were doing something to make move like this happen, just something along that vibe. We are linked. I think Chelsea's linked. I'm hearing. I'd love him to come." The thing is, when you look at what we are doing now and the defensive side of things, for me now, if I had any kind of coaching ability, my teams would be built from defense, and that's where we are at the moment. Difficult to score against. So if you can get that guy who takes the half a chance in games where it's very tight, you are under a lot of pressure, cracking but hanging in there, but you make a chance and score, and before you know it, you are 2-0 up. That's where that player comes into his own. That's what we need. That's who we are. missing, who takes that chance under pressure. That's all we need. If we could get Osimhen, we are causing problems across Europe. If I had a choice between Arsenal and Chelsea now, I'd say Arsenal in the current climate. Wright talks about it here, but there is a need for Arsenal to go and get that quality number 9 signed if they are to ever really become top dogs. We have all seen the difference Erling Haaland made with Manchester City, and you do feel that the sort of impact Osimhen could have on Arsenal. His goals and performances with Napoli have been nothing short of superb, and with Gabriel Jesus and Edin Ketia still not doing the business, his arrival would be significant. Of course, money could be an issue, as could interest from big spending Chelsea, but Osimhen is the real deal, and he'd make Arsenal a huge contender on all fronts. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.